Hello viewers, welcome to RJ's Botany. Today we will discuss the rest part of the chapter of reproduction in living organism. We have discussed in the previous video about the types of asexual reproduction, and today we will continue with vegetative propagation or vegetative reproduction. It is the process in which new plants are formed from somatic part of plant. Somatic part means vegetative part. Like root, stem, leaves and bodies are all vegetative part of plant from which a new plant will grow. It may occur through natural process or artificial process. By natural method, the vegetative plant detached from the body of parent and helps in vegetative propagation is called as vegetative propagules. Next is here roots like taproot and adventitious root. Taproots are roots having primary root, next secondary, then from secondary tertiary roots arise. These are taproots. But adventitious root means like onion. Taproots of some plant develops adventitious bud which sprout to form new plants like guava. But fleshy roots which develop adventitious bud also take part in vegetable propagation like sweet potato or asparagus, dahlia. These are common examples. Underground stems can take part in vegetative propagation like stem tuber, which occurs in potato. So the vegetative propagation of potato is stem tuber. They possess bud over their nodes or eye. Here is the diagram of sweet potato having eye. These are eyes or eye bud. Next is the bud sprout to produce new plantlet when a plant tuber or part having eye is placed in the soil and it generates a new plant. Next is bulb. It is it occurs in vegetative propagation in garlic, onion, etc. Corm. Examples like Amorphophallus, Colocasia. In Odia we can say it is saru. Rhizome. Vegetative propagation occurs in ginger, turmeric, banana. These are some of the examples of rhizomes. Shocker is also a vegetative propagation which occurs in chrysanthemum, mint plant, pineapple. So these are some of the vegetative propagation you have to remember. The examples. Next is salvarial or creeping stems. Runners, it occurs in grasses, Synodon, Runners means it continues. It's an example of runner. Next is stolon, that is strawberry or Vallisneria. Horizontal branches which develop at the base. Opposites like Ecornia. We can say it in Odia as Bilati Dada. Here, these are Ecornia. It is also called as terror of Bengal. You have to remember this. It is an aquatic plant that is hydrophytes. Next is aerial source. It occurs in Opuntia. It's a xerophyte. Next is vegetative propagation also takes place in leaves like Bryophyllum. In Odia we can say as Amorpoi. That is Bryophyllum. This is one of the most common example of vegetative propagation by leaf. Why vegetative propagation occurs through leaf? In bryophyllum, you can see here leaf generate from a part of leaf. Next is, see here in bryophyllum, birds from plantlet while attached to the plants. When they are attached to the plants, birds develops and it forms a new plant. Next is bulbil, bulbils like agave plant, lily. These are some of the common examples of bulbils. Pineapple, discoria, etc. Agave is one of the most common example you have to remember. Next is some of the horticultural and artificial method of vegetative propagation. Some of the artificial methods like cutting, grafting, etc. or micropropagation. These are some of the artificial method of vegetative propagation. What is cutting? Cutting is it is a process in which part of root stem or root is cutted and planted on the soil. Next, the cut part of plant grows new plants or new stem and develops into new plants. Next is some of the examples like here you can see like leaf cutting or root cutting or stem cutting. Stem cutting occurs in sugarcane. You can see rosa. We can cut in rosa means rosa indica, that is rose plant. Here you can cut the stem of rose plant and you can plant it on the soil. Then a new plant will generate. So this is a cutting of stem, which is a vegetative propagation. Next is layering. Layering is another process in which a twig means a part of plant, aerial part of plant. A twig or plant is bent down below the level of soil and the bent part is called as layer, and the portion is covered with soil and moisture, and this covered portion develops new roots and becomes separated from main body and gives rise to another new plant. So this is layering. Layering occurs by simple method. It is also called as soil layering. It occurs in jasmine, grapes, vines, etc. Next is serpentine layering. It is another types of layering. Mound layering, air layering, that is also called as gote. It is not important for you. You have to just remember. Next is another part. This is one of the most important part of artificial method, that is grafting. Grafting is a process or it is a technique in which cut surface of two plants or two parts or closely related varieties or species are united. Closely related varieties or species are united and grown together. And these are grown together. The plant in which grafting is done is called as stalk or stump, and the plant part which is inserted on stalk is called as scion or graft. And why grafting is done? What is this meant for application? Grafting is done to transfer the characters of stalk to scion. Here the exchange of characters takes place. So grafting is a technique of connecting two parts, root system or shoot system, two different plants in such a way that they will unite and later develop as a composite plant. Here the plant which provide root system is called as stalk, and the plant which provides shoot system is called as scion or graft. That means the plant part which is inserted on stalk. That means this is a stalk Here another part will be inserted and it will be grown together and will be united. Here the exchange of characters takes place. Some of the examples like mango, apple, citrus, that is lemon, guava, rubber plant, pines, etc. These are some of the examples of grafting. See here the technique of grafting here. This is the stalk. This is the stalk here. This is another part of plant inserted into the stalk is called as scion. So what is scion? This is also called as graft. Next is there are some other types of grafting, like you can graft by side grafting, approach grafting by the help of some side support, crown grafting, here you can see the diagram here, tongue grafting, etc. Next is, and another most important point you have to remember that grafting occurs in dicot plants, dicotyledonous plants. Coming to the next topic here, sexual reproduction. Sorry, I've forgotten to discuss about micropropagation. Here there is, I have not mentioned the slides of micropropagation. Micropropagation is a technique of tissue culture. Micropropagation. This is also a vegetative method of reproduction. Micropropagation is a technique of tissue culture used for vegetative propagation. Here the plant part is taken into consideration. The plant part which is taken is called as explant. The plant part which is taken is called as explant, and some undifferentiated mass of tissue are called as callus. So you have to remember these two words. The plant part which is taken in tissue culture is called as explant, and undifferentiated mass of tissue taken in tissue culture is called as callus, and these tissue can rapidly give rise to identical population or similar types of population, and it is one of the rapid method, that means fast method of vegetative reproduction. So this is one of the important vegetative propagation, micropropagation. Coming to the next heading here, it is sexual reproduction. It is a type of reproduction which involves gametic fusion. That means both male gamete and female gamete involves in this reproduction. Involvement of both gamete to produce a new organism. It is also called as syngenesis. Syn means together, genesis is a origin. It is also called as amphimixis. Some of the phases in life cycle here, that is juvenile phase or young phase or pre-reproductive phase, and it is a period between birth to capable of gamete formation and varies from organism to organism. It is a young phase. Next is reproductive phase where puberty occur. After young phase, reproductive phase where reproduction occur. Next is senescent phase, that is senescent occur. That means a natural death occur. Some of the events in sexual reproduction like pre-fertilization events where fertilization occur. After after fertilization, reproduction occurs. So this is the pre-fertilization events like gametogenesis, here gamete formation or formation of gametes, that is haploid or gametes are always haploids. You have to remember that is N, denoted as N. The formation of gametes occur here. In sexually producing lower organisms like algae, gametes are similars. So these are called as isogametes or homogametes in algae. But in anisogametes, Some of them morphologically similar but different in size, so these are called anisogametes. Some of the sexually producing organism like female egg or ovum is present, and in male that is sperm is present. Such morphologically distinct gametes are called as heterogametes. Next is cell division occurs here. Bisexual means hermaphrodite organism which are bisexual is also called as hermaphrodite. Then after fertilization, cell division occur. During gamete formation, gametes are always haploid, I have said before. Cell division means here meiosis occur, which is the reductional division. Next is gamete transfer. Here gamete transfer means bringing of gametes nearer to each other. Next is fertilization. Here in plants, pollination occurs after transfer of stigma to male part to the female part. This process is called as pollination in plants, we can say. Next is fertilization. Fertilization is the fusion of two compatible gametes, that is male and female, to form a diploid zygote. That means male gamete is denoted as N and female gamete is denoted as N. That means these forms 2N, which is diploid, and it forms zygote. Here the fertilization occurs when a zygote is formed. This fertilization occurs depending upon the place, like for syngamy, and fertilization is also of two types, that is external fertilization and other one is internal fertilization. External fertilization means it occurs outside the body of organisms like algae, fungi, etc. These are some of the examples of external fertilization. But in internal fertilizations, in terrestrial organisms and also in some aquatic and semi-aquatic organisms, in pteridophytes, gymnosperm, angiosperms, these are here the internal fertilization occurs. Next is after fertilization, which is the post-fertilization event. After fertilization, what occurs? Zygote is formed, and zygote is the two successive generation. It is the vital link between two successive generation. It is called as. Next is embryogenesis. Here, after zygote formation, it forms embryo. This is the hierarchy. Embryogenesis is the process in which development of embryo takes place from zygote. So embryo is a multicellular stage. That means many cells are formed in embryo. Then in embryogenesis, zygote undergoes repeated cell division through mitosis. So zygote develops into embryo. Next, the food for development of embryo takes place in a special tissue called endosperm, and the fertilized ovule matures into seed. So here, first you have to remember these are two gametes, one is from male and another one is from female, and it forms, that is 2N, which is zygote. Zygote forms embryo, which is a multicellular stage. Next, embryo develop in a special tissue which provides nutrient, is called as endosperm, and these fertilized ovules matured to form seed. So this is the hierarchy. Next, seed forms fruit, seed. After that, after seed formation, a coat is formed, that is seed coat is formed. After that, fruit is formed. Next, after fruit, flower is formed. So flower is the vegetative part of a angiospermic plant. Sorry. So this is all about the chapter. So this is all about the chapter of reproduction in living organism. I hope you like this video.